beings with two characters. We all have the ability to act independently. We see our decision as ours to choose as we please. On the other hand, we live in a world that hinders us from doing what we want. We are finite beings with time, space, and energy constraints, and we are intricately entangled in larger socio-historical processes. This dual character has consequences for our interpersonal moral criticism or our evaluate responses to the actions and attitudes of other people. While current conceptualization is driven by an emphasis on reactive attitudes such as blame and anger, many have highlighted that these alone appear insufficient to task at hand. Superman becomes hell-bent on enforcing peace at all costs when his world is devastated by tragic events put in motion by the villainous Joker. The Man of Steel is deceived into killing Lois Lane on an alternate Earth, causing him to go on a rampage that can only be halted by Batman. As the two former allies wage a deadly war for freedom, the split Justice League separates its ranks. Peace are tested in this parallel world of chaos as the line between friend and foe blurs. As Superman tries to eliminate all crimes that are happening in the world using force, we can see that he is at conventional level of morality.
Moral thinking is guided by the consequences of actions like punishment, reward, or an exchange of favors. Stage 1. Obedience and punishment. The earliest stages of moral development, obedience and punishment are especially common in young children, but adults are also capable of expressing this type of reasoning. According to Kohlberg, people at this stage see rules are fixed and absolute. Obeying the rules is important because it is a way to avoid punishment. For example, Superman dictates what is right or wrong and is trying to purge the crimes that are happening around the world by making the people and the criminals submit to him. Individualism and exchange. At the individualism and exchange stage of moral development, children account for individual points of view and judge actions based on how they serve individual needs.
The reasoning is based on desire to please others or to follow accepted authority, rules, and values. Stage 3. Developing good interpersonal relationships. Often referred to as the good boy, good girl orientation, this stage of the interpersonal relationship of moral development is focused on living up to social expectations and roles. There is an emphasis on conformity, being nice, and consideration of how choices influence relationships. Stage 4. Maintaining social order. This stage is focused on ensuring that social order is maintained. At this stage of moral development, people begin to consider society as a whole when making judgments. The focus is on maintaining law and order by following the rules, doing one's duty, and respecting authority. For example, Superman maintained the social order by announcing that all crimes must be stopped at all costs. But he did it incorrectly and killed tons of people because they angered him.
Moral behavior is directed by self-chosen ethical principles that tend to be general, comprehensive, or universal. People at this level place a high value on justice, dignity, and equality. Social contract and individual rights. The ideas of a social contract and individual rights cause people in the next stage to begin to account for the differing values, opinions, and beliefs of other people. Rules of law are important for maintaining a society, but members of society should agree upon these standards. Halbert's final level of moral reasoning is based on universal ethical principles and abstract reasoning. At this stage, people follow these internalized principles of justice, even if they conflict with laws and rules. For example, Batman is trying to stop Superman because what he's doing is unlawful and brutal. Because he is killing people, and as stated by Batman, we can't decide who dies. Movie Injustice showed how other people affect our moral development. The notion is fascinating, and it provides fertile ground for engaging and thought-provoking storytelling. What would happen if the world's most powerful guy decided to ignore human laws in favor of enforcing his own? And we've seen it in the movie.